Hello there everyone, and welcome back to this 1295 campaign as the Holy Roman Empire. Last time around we were fighting over the province of Frisia against the English, and since then we've resolved our differences and we are at peace. Since then I've also incorporated the what were they called? The Teutonic Order. At first, my plan was actually to invade them, and I'd place all my army at the border. I'm not entirely sure if that actually might do anything to encourage the enemy to, or the other nation to go ahead and agree to your plan. But I paid, I think, around 48,000 for them to actually join my empire just straight off, and we got one of their generals. I think we got one of their generals as the governor of Bavaria, and then I've also got one for the 5th army I recruited, which is a completely like crusader army with just those kinds of crusader. Well, not actually, because there's no crusader crossbows, or at least I haven't been able to get any. So there's some crossbows in there that are not religious. But here we go. Here's what we hold right now, and here's what the enemy hold as well. So France is actually getting beaten by the Kingdom of Aragon. So the French, not that good. I actually, you know, one thing that we haven't really looked at that much is my family tree. So here we go. This is the old king that died quite a few turns back, and so we're looking down below at all of his children. Here is his oldest son, which is currently king. Is 32 years old, and as you can see, he's already been able to acquire almost as many children as his father. Although he's been getting a lot more daughters, I think, or at least compared to his father, he's got a lot more daughters, and also some of the other sons of the former king has also gotten some children. So the 26-year-old governor has also got a few. The guy that had a, let's see, he had a cunning wife, and then I've been able to get a few others in. So this guy, which had a, let's see what she is, traditional. And then this one, which is quite recently, she was actually about to elope with one of my best governors, which is, I believe he must be pretty old. Yeah, he's almost 50 and she's 20, so there's 29 years of difference in between them. But apparently that didn't stop her from trying to elope with him, however that worked. Anyway, we decided that, you know what, we might as well go ahead and marry him into the family that way, because I didn't want to get any more messages from some of the other nations here in Europe. So we went ahead and went that. I also married away this one, Enflarnd. Let's see if we can get her up again. Can I actually look at her? I think she's actually still in Spain. As you can see, she's got just a negative trait, so I'm not entirely sure what that was. We've got this one. She's 16, but on her pictures she looks like she's 60. She's pretty well, she's good though, because she's well connected. But I think that's just because she's part of this family. And then, by accident, I was supposed to marry off this girl. Centuia or whatever, to the French, heir. But there's a thing basically when you do. So if you go, say, to the Swiss cantons, you start up this,
need of talk,
and then you
sure.
go back. You're still actually with the Swiss cantons, even though I break on France.
You will find me a willing and
I can't remember exactly how I did it, but I accidentally married her to the king of the Swiss cantons. So I wasn't too happy about that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fix up a wife for this guy. I just secured him as a royal ambassador, so he's got no more influence. The king doesn't actually have any more influence as well because he spent all. So hopefully I'll add some stuff to make sure that he can get some more influence. But we're gonna get a wife from another kingdom, and I've already spotted the fact that the Duchy of Bohemia
A flapping
has
tongue that
tons
speaks
of
without
wives.
wisdom is not welcome. Be like a spear and have a point. Ha ha!
Haha! So Bohemia is obviously, this is where you're at in Kingdom Come Deliverance, which I've played quite a bit. And we're gonna, since, I mean, Henry finds women all over the place. So let's see if I can't find one for my character then. Berthwolf, which is the youngest of the old king's son, or the brother of the king. And I believe I've already kind of checked the positive effects of the different ones, and Sora is really the best choice because she's ambitious. So 3 personal points to herself and to her husband. She gains minus loyalty for the husband, but I believe our character he has 6, so we'll fall down to 5, which isn't that bad. So we're gonna demand Sora. It sounds weird when you demand it, but there we go. And they go ahead and accept. And with that done, we're gonna do the next thing, which is to attack the Swiss cantons. We need to get them out of there because they're in the way of my expansion. I don't want to go against the French, even though the French are kind of shit. But I don't want to go that way. I want to get sort of I want to create Germany. So I want to go down and take the lower parts. I want to take all of Bavaria, and I want to go even further down there to what is today Austria and so forth, and possibly also go down. I feel as though I need to re-establish the Pope down in Rome, so I want to possibly go that far. And then we have the heathens here in Hungary. I believe last I checked they were kind of heathenish. Let's see, religion. No, they're not anymore. There were quite a bit before, but I guess they've changed because I've done so many turns. So that's that. So what we're doing right now is I've lined up all my armies ready to attack them. And their armies are actually, the Swiss cantons armies are amassing at the border with Hungary. And I thought they had one down here, but that was actually a Hungarian army that's on its way towards them. But so I have my 5 armies strung out along here. So we've got the king, Jacques, and he's got his army here ready to strike Dresden. We've got the king's own, which was the king's army, but now it's not even controlled by the king, so maybe I'll switch the name of this one. But it's commanded by one of my good generals, and he's gonna go straight force into Bohemia and claim this province. Then from Passau we've got the champions of the Rhine with a really old general. He's probably gonna die. No, it's 51. Yeah, it's pretty darn old. And he's gonna go towards Lorsch. And then we have from Rainsburg, we have the guy which we just secured a wife for, I believe. So we got him, and he's going to Augustburg. And then we have the new army with the new improved Crusader Knights or Templar Knights. So we got late stage Templar Knight brothers, which looks pretty darn fierce on this picture. So hopefully we'll get a battle with them. And also the Templar Knights, the late brothers there as well, which looks really good. Anyways, we're gonna strike the Swiss cantons in their back.
Sit, friend, and let us talk, and let us have good wine until we can talk no more.
Maybe? No, I don't think so. there's a chance of them not joining us. So that we're not going to do that. We're going to start off with the ones that I think we're going to be able to auto-resolve. So these towns like this. Oh, that's not actually... We're not actually that good that we can auto-resolve this one. It's really close there. I want to see which one we can auto-resolve and which one... Okay, I'm going to have to fight this one as well. They seem... The Swiss cantons have really prepared their regions. Let's continue forwards here then. And let's see. This one actually had an army real close by. Oh, now it's a Bohemian army. So that's not much that problem. But it looks like I'm gonna have to fight all of these. Does this change if I do it into a night battle? It increases our chance of victory a little bit, but it looks as though I'm gonna have to play quite a few of these to make sure that we are victorious. And we do have cannons. We could break the walls of Salzburg. But I think we're gonna need, since the siege I did at, what did we do it against? I think it was Ghent, that we lost so many bloody men when we attacked that. So I wanna draw in extra troops to be able to smash towns with walls like that. So he's gonna go for Augsburg.
I'm afraid we cannot.
And same there, it's kind of 50-50. They've really built up their garrisons, and then this army is going to go into Constance. And I think this is the one we'll play, just because we got the new troops. And then I'll probably go ahead and do the others off camera, I think. Maybe we can squeeze in another battle against one of the towns, but let's have they're called In the Service of God. And yes, let's go straight into battle. And there we are on the field of battle. Look at these men. They're pretty darn heavy armored, aren't they? So these are the new guys. They've got their two-handed weaponry, either swords or halberdiers and stuff like that. Look very quite a nice little banner they've got there. Oh yeah, we should check the mounted knights as well. I placed them over here, but it's the same bloody town as we basically always fight in. So here's the new upgraded heavy Crusader Knights. So very much similar to the foot troops, just that they are mounted. Very nice. So let's go ahead and see if I cannot. Oh, they've actually put the wall there to protect against our advance. However, they have they've got the tower right there, and they've got another one right there. But I think my Ballistariae will be able to deal with this on their own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send up the sergeants, because they have shields, so they should be able to take a bit more damage from the bowmen. And then we're going to get the knights around, possibly coming through here, going up back here and into the center of the castle. Okay, so here we've got the enemy general's unit, and it's a bloody pike unit. So this is probably why I'm not able to auto-resolve this. The bloody pikes that my men will run straight into, but hopefully the crossbowmen can do short work of those guys. So let's see, the crossbowmen are kind of-ish in range. They need to come a bit closer. The bloody tower is already starting to affect this unit and has killed a few guys. They lie dead here in the wine orchard or whatever this is. I'm not entirely sure. It looks kind of like wine, but we're not entirely sure what they're growing here. Because my crossbows are having quite a bit of difficulty actually targeting the enemy. because my men should be ready to get in here and capture this tower. And it looks like the enemy is concentrated all their bloody troops here. What I want to do is I want to crash my cavalry into all those crossbowmen. So we're going to move the cavalry back, and we're going to see about crashing them straight into this. Crossbows are fighting back and forth. Still that strange thing. I know I've mentioned it like I don't know how many times, but it looks pretty strange when they're firing. It's not like it's firing fire projectiles, but still somehow the trees are set ablaze. Okay, so the tower is about to get broken down. They did a feint charge out against us. I don't think these guys will be able to defeat us. Oh, they're just there, just enough to allow the tower to stay
The tower has been destroyed.
erect.
This bodes well.
Okay, so how's it going over here? Get in so you actually are touching the tower, and then I want the knights. Ooh, we got a halberdier unit right there. Swiss bloody polearm unit.
The enemy are
Oh,
ambushing
and there
us.
are their heavy knights. That's not gonna do well. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna send 2 knights in to aid those guys, and then the other 2 are gonna come through here. Oh, we got some bowmen there. Archer militia. Oh, what's going on here? My knights not doing that well.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
What I want to do is I'm gonna back off my crossbowmen, go through here, shoot down this unit, so I'm able to pass these guys through there. Because if I charge forth, try to break this and go through, that's not gonna do.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat.
Okay, one's gonna
Their
go
unit has
for
rallied.
the knight unit, and the other's gonna go through here and get into those bloody archers.
Our men are rallying. They're not done yet.
Damn, nasty there. But we're able to charge through when we get in among the archers here. But there's so many crossbows and archers and shit. And now I can understand why it was 50-50, because this is not going well right now for my army. And it's always those bloody... at least we got the tower down, and we're kind of breaking down these knights. These knights were absolutely massacred just because of all the bow fire they received. And it looks like we're going to have something similar with these knights.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
So I think it's better to keep the knight units alive. So I'm going to try to get them out of town, but holy shit. It's all down to those stupid bloody crossbows and how they destroy everything. We're going to see about moving forward there. Should be able to break this unit down, and if I get the enemy general, that should at least... Holy shit, I've already lost 600, 700, 800 men. And the enemy hasn't really lost anything compared to that. Shit, this crossbow unit's not going to win that fight. Let's see, are we able to shoot these guys?
The men are running.
I'm pretty sure we'll be able to break down the general. God damn it.
Hidden units, watch out!
Well, this did not go well. It's all because of the bloody archer units. Just spam archers and you will win. God damn it. How are we doing here? These guys should be quite good targets for the crossbowmen, since they got no shields or anything to protect them. And I'm firing the heavy bolts, which do extra damage. So hopefully we'll be able to shoot this one down. There are a lot of archers and shit right but hopefully we'll be able to break through. So I'm gonna get 3 units over there, and we're gonna get 1 unit to go and break down that, and then these 3 to go wherever they're needed. And we got this knight unit. He's gonna be pretty close. Can scout out what's down here. I was surprised by the amount of troops they have more than my field army inside this castle. Okay, why aren't you firing? I guess it's best to tell them what they need to fire at to get a proper get some proper fighting going. Our crossbowmen are destroying their units. The general is pulling back, so we're not going to advance the crossbows too far, but we're going to cross them. We're going to get them in,
units have returned
and we're going to get our knightly units to march in. So we still have our strong units left, and according to this, we have an advantage over enemy, even though they outnumber us by about 700 men. Hopefully we can imagine that a lot of that is just a lot of sort of peasantry units.
Stop now!
Stop now and open fire. Oh, they're coming towards us. Let's see, they managed to get all the way into the crossbowmen as well. But just like what the enemy did to us, our crossbowmen were able to fire into the knights, and they were slaughtered just as our men. We're gonna focus in on the general, because given the amount of enemy troops on the field, I'm gonna need every advantage I can, and killing off the enemy general is gonna be a major one of those. And right now we can imagine that more and more arrows are gonna fly onto my men, which they aren't really set up to fight archers that well. I'm gonna try to get, oh shit, I'm gonna try to get these 2 to charge through, kind of get around. God damn it, looks like we're gonna get stuck here fighting with all these bloody arrows shooting in. Holy shit, they're just absolutely destroying my army with the stupid arrows. And I think the enemy general just moved away there. No, he's right there. He moved closer. Oh, and this... Oh, shit. Wow. Okay, I guess it's kind of broken with how good the bloody archer units are. Holy shit. I mean, this is a bit too much. The entire army has basically collapsed at this point. Fall back. Come on, kill the enemy general at least. God damn it. They've completely destroyed. They've completely destroyed my army. It's an absolute massacre. So we're down 1,400 men. The enemy is also down roughly almost the same amount. Oh, here comes some knights. That's lovely. God damn it. We're gonna have to send these units over here to deal with that knight unit, and then the Ballastaria is gonna have to fall back. But these are all the men I have.
The men's resolve is failing.
Fall back. Fall back. Jesus Christ, it's such a slaughter. It actually is currently saying that the victory is in my favor, even though the enemy outnumbers us 2-1 at this point. But it's still saying that I have the best chance of victory. And I think that's completely down to my bloody crossbowman. So I guess this mod is kind of broken in that way. Because this is not how it's supposed to be, really. Is it? It can't be. It would be weird if this was the intended effect they thought the crossbows and bows should have. They fire right into that mess. We'll see. There's still kind of a chance for victory, I think. At least according to this, there's still a chance for us for victory. And it's gonna be all down to the bloody crossbowman. So right now the bowmen they're not even in range to be able to fire back at us. They have a crossbow as the symbol, but they are bowmen. I think I took the screenshot just before they got hit. I'm not entirely sure. Probably better if we target the enemy crossbowmen. I could send my general forwards and just charge into this, because it looks like they're not really any infantry, but they could still be hiding. I mean, there's about 1,300 men inside there, so they could definitely be hiding quite a lot of men inside. And we want to see about breaking down as many enemy units as possible before I send any troops to advance into this mess. I have no unit that can like scout. It's really small units. At least hopefully they'll survive. But holy shit, this was messy. And I'm gonna have to do this over and over again.
The men are losing hope.
Yeah, it's not going well, is it? But God is on our side. Gonna get these guys to charge forwards. See if they can soak up a bit of damage. Then the general's gonna come in and he's gonna get through all of these. And he's gonna break them before the rest of the army comes in. So the general is going in. So the enemy...
They're trying to take out our general! Defend him!
Come on, charge straight into that. Guess there's too many units for the enemy to focus on. Looks like it's only archers at this point. Okay, so I need one unit to charge over there, and the other two to charge straight forwards into all of this. And I need the knights to really mingle in among all of this to make sure that the enemy cannot fire in without hitting their own men. Let's see, we've got our men advancing onto the archers here. The archers don't really stand at... Oh, the guy that we were following got shot with an arrow or a crossbow. We really need to get these guys. Let's get my crossbowmen closer. Guys, you need to get in there. Charge up.
The tide of battle turns against us.
Did the general die? Or what happened? We have about 500 men, 450 against 800 enemies. God damn it, they're shooting down my general. They're killing him. If the general dies, it's gonna be all over. Let's see, can I send one unit inside while the other two charges after these? My crossbowmen have started targeting these guys down here. Let's see if we can charge after and get these guys. If the general dies, everything's gonna fall apart, so we cannot really use him, even though I want to kind of get a charge in here. Let's see, he can chase these guys down, I think. Get stuck in with those guys. And I want all the crossbowmen now to focus in on that one. Let's see, where is the general? There he is. You know what? If he comes around behind and strikes them, I think we can break those guys. I mean, it's getting more and more closer. Oh, they're giving up. They're giving up. All of them are giving up. Victory.
Victory! This is your day!
I guess it was this fact that I started taking the victory point or something. Holy shit, though. This was an absolute massacre. Bows are way too overpowered in this. Hopefully at some point the actual 12-12 mod will come out. I saw actually though they've already developed a new one that is set for the grand campaign, so you get the grand map. But I mean, how many campaigns are they gonna make out of this before the 12-12 comes out? Holy shit. Terrific victory. At least we won, though. So we lost 1,800 men. The enemy lost 2,000. 450 of ours are remaining, compared with theirs. Let's see who killed the most of our guys. Yeah, look at that. Crossbowmen, 308 kills on our side. Same, the crossbowmen killed about 300 each. So seemingly it's all about the crossbows.
Commander.
Because, I mean, we saw that even the cavalry, once they contact with the enemy, even then, they cannot really... let's see, can we hire something? I wish I could hire some crossbowmen. We can hire those two. To have a little bit extra. But holy shit, I'm gonna have to redo this throughout. Here we got some cannons, crossbowmen. Let's see which one would be... I guess the Battle of Dresden would be the most interesting, so we get a town battle, plus this army has a shit ton of crossbowmen, so it should be pretty good. Right, there we are at the field of battle, and we got the town ahead of us, the town of Dresden. We got quite a few troops on the walls here, a lot of these archer militias. We've got a few Bern macemen, or Bern macemen. We've got some archer sergeants. What do we have here? Halberdiers from Zurich. We've got some pikemen. More sergeants, I imagine, yes. And then some axe sergeants. Quite a few quite a few different types of troops. Luckily for me, for some reason they've decided to put all the bastion catapults on the wrong side of the wall from where I'm going to attack. First things first though, those watchtowers are deadly and they really destroy everything, so we're gonna take those down first. And once that's done, we're gonna open up a few avenues by shooting down the walls and getting into town. Oh, we've already, the cannons have done, just in the first kind of volley, have done a massive amount of damage to the watchtowers. So maybe I should concentrate.
The enemy's tower has been destroyed.
There it went. I think the gatehouse is probably where we'll concentrate our fire first to break through there. Kind of breaking down the houses in the background. If I fire flaming rounds, will it do can damage buildings? Explosive damage, can damage building. I guess explosive rounds. Ooh, look at that. Our catapult shots.
We have destroyed the enemy tower.
Have gone in and destroyed quite a few knights behind here. So we've already killed about 100 men of the enemy, and we haven't even yet started to actually focus in on the troops. I think we're gonna break the wall right there. And maybe instead we'll have the cannons try to break this down, and this catapult will break that part, break that down. I hope that actually opens up so you can, so it becomes a ramp rather than it just breaking down or breaking apart.
The enemy tower is no
there we
more
go.
than
The cannons
now.
are broken there,
The enemy's
and
gates
they've
have been
broken down the gates as well. Let's see. Let's have the cannons help them out. Doesn't seem as though the fire is actually hurting the walls, so we'll switch to standard rounds for that. I just saw that they hit the few guys back here. Oh, it was actually horsemen, and smashed those guys to pieces. The halberdiers of Zurich, kind of it looked at first like they were moving away. Splash, just mashing these guys to bits, slowly breaking down the walls. But we're gonna try to break as much as possible before we move the crossbowmen forwards, because we know we're gonna suffer a lot of casualties if we're just gonna stand there and slug it out with the enemy. So we want to break down, get some openings in the walls before we charge in, or we move forwards to get inside. Catapults have quite bad accuracy, it seems. Let's see. Which one is it to command it? There we go. Fire! I'm gonna follow the stone right into... I think that counts as a hit. Although it seems like I need to aim a little bit higher if I want to hit the wall. The cannons are super accurate, like the laser guided or something, seemingly hitting every shot. Takes quite a while to get these catapults or mangonels ready. Mangonel ready, sire. And once again, apparently I'm hitting very low, even though I'm aiming quite high. So 34% there, and 100%. Oh, so we got 100%, but they actually didn't open up the wall. Well, that was a waste of ammo. See if you can break down the wall right there. I think we're actually focusing on two different locations here, where one part is firing here of the cannons. I mean the cannon and this unit. That they're actually focusing right there, doing 36, and while the other one's here, where we probably should be focusing. Oh, this unit is breaking away. The archer militia, having lost 100 men of its unit, decided that they don't want to be up on the front wall. They're probably going to be ordered to retake that position. We have quite a few crossbowmen. Maybe it's time to get that battle started. We need to advance quite a bit, so about there, I think. Run forwards and start the fight. 49% and then 73. And I think if I send these men in a slow march forwards to attack, they will be done. They will be done by breaking down the wall just in time for them to arrive at the wall and charge through. Okay, so the catapults are now out of ammo, and it's just down to the cannons to break down. We've got 61% over there. We've got 73 over here. See if I can take command of this cannon.
Load the ammunition!
It's about to break apart completely there. Fire! Boom! Managed to hit the bloody wall. See if I can take command of the second cannon. And fire a shot with them. Didn't I tell the crossbowmen to run into position?
Shift that ammunition!
I don't want you to lose men just because you're tardy. Fire! Boom. We're about to break down as well. 73%. We've got 93 over here, so I think this might be it to break down this part of the wall. Boom! There we go.
The enemy's walls have fallen!
So we have two openings, one through the gate. We're gonna get this one to charge forth and charge these guys. Let's have both the cannons try to open up this area over here. So we focus in on that. What I should have done is maybe just use the cannons to break stuff down and then have the catapults and sort of target the men inside and burning them to a crisp. I want that opening so we can get the troops in as many openings as possible. Once we've broken down this wall, though, I think that that will tell the cannons to fire at will on the enemy units inside, and see if they can just rip a few cannonballs straight through the lines inside. Spearmen, charge through.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat. Their unit has rallied.
I need this to open because these guys are right here. Come on, 93%. Oh, it looked like it was tons of small red flags, but it was the knights that turned up. I'm gonna tell the guys to open fire at will once they break this down. Seem to be missing. God damn it. Come on. One more and then we're through. I'll fire it. Boom! There we go.
The walls are destroyed. The defenses are no more.
Let the cannons rip through the lines. Got bloody pikemen. We need to get you guys up there. And then I want the crossbowmen to advance. So they're able to help out the men all the way up front here, because most of the enemy units are pulling back. We need to hit these guys, the mace men, from the back. No, you know what? Why am I doing that? Attack the spearmen from the back. Or, yeah, the spearmen. Or the pikemen, rather. Come on, men! Charge forth! The king is gonna ride up to inspire his men. Right, we were able to get the pikemen go for the cavalry now. Our crossbowmen are up close enough so they can fire. They need to get actually a bit more even closer to get proper hits on the enemy. What is this? The heavy mace men decide that they were going to move out of the castle. Make a perfect target for my general. Smash into that unit while it's in a disarray. And then these two units can charge through, attacking those crossbowmen. We're losing a lot of men up front in the battle, but I think as the enemy did in the last battle, it will be down to the crossbowmen to actually win the battle. There we go, the macemen of Bern.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Got destroyed. And slowly but surely, we're slaughtering the enemy army. They've already lost about 2,000 men. We're going to make sure that they lose quite a few more before this day is done. There's a lot of bloody crossbows flying about. Not the crossbows themselves, but the crossbow bolts, we should say.
We have captured the gates. Enemy troops are at the walls.
The gates were already broken down. I'm gonna get the biggest unit to go for that, while the rest continue forwards through here. And then we're gonna get the crossbows to advance even further. Almost so they get inside of the castle. Or inside of the town, I should say. So the infantry is trying to push their way through all the bloody fire from the enemy. I think these units will probably be destroyed just by us shooting at them. So the infantry should march towards this square instead. Oh, all these bolts are landing over here. Oh! It's a massacre. It's an absolute massacre.
We have gained the upper hand.
The crossbows are really OP, if I haven't already said that. They're overpowered as hell. They've got superior, so good accuracy at long range as well. How about the general ride down that unit? Oh, it's about to get crushed. Yeah, they're not gonna stand. You know what? Can get the general around here, get in and attack that crossbow unit. Crossbows! Enter the town for the glory of God. Forwards, infantry! You know what? I don't even need to go there now. Just charge straight through there. Let's go down. Let's see what they're up to. Charging these men down as the crossbowmen are making their way back into town. Fight hard, men. Probably quite tired at this point. Oh, some knights. Some enemy knights. Oh, that's one of ours. Oh, there's two of ours. Multiple of ours. What are they doing? I guess this kind of surrender. Yeah, they're giving up. But we're not letting them surrender.
Enemy units have been rallied.
Let's not lose the king over this, so let's have him move over here. So most of the enemy units are breaking apart. We have about 200 something men left, which seems to be this polearm unit, which is the only enemy unit left. And they're not very happy at this point, are they? Charging a cavalry unit forwards onto that wouldn't be that great, so get the crossbowmen forwards. We're gonna tell them to hold fire, and then we'll unleash them all at the same time, destroying that last unit, the last general unit. See what kind of damage we can do to
The men
that
have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
in the last moments here of the battle. I like how they're just cutting down retreating units, but still two of my units retreating. Oh, three of them actually. Oh, it's because the bloody stupid gatehouse.
Our men have rallied.
I'm telling you guys to go over here and destroy that. Right, the crossbowmen are kinda ready. There we go, now they're ready.
A unit is running from the enemy.
Let's go to normal speed. And then unleash hell.
The day is yours.
Well, there weren't a lot of survivors in that unit. What, you gonna let them run? Oh shit, we're gonna shoot our own men. The entire unit was shot to shit. Close victory. But victory nonetheless. We lost 1,000 men, so a lot better than the other battle, but it really comes down to the bloody crossbowmen. If you look at the amount of death that was inflicted by different units. I mean, all you would need then is crossbowmen and some mounted knights to keep the crossbowmen safe
Commander,
at the field of battle, and some cannons to break down walls. Well, we've taken Dresden, which is good. We're gonna have to take this place, and this place as well. But we are well on our way of destroying the Swiss cantons. Oh, here is the Swiss cantons army. They have quite the massive army. Oh, that's the king, Wigmund, which is married to one of the king's sisters. His entire army is down here. We've got... yeah, the entire army is down here. So it's gonna take a while for them to react to our advance. Right now we advanced at that place. We've taken that province, and we've taken that, or part of that province. we'll be able to take the rest of this. I wonder if I can ask
Come, let me hear your
for
talk.
peace.
I
You
warn
can't.
you,
I don't think
I have
you can.
no stomach for the meek or nice.
We can give away another daughter. I wonder if you can't ask for territory, because I could go ahead and just. Well, what I think we want to do is we don't want to face that big army. It's better if we take as much as possible, sue for peace, and then create them as a vassal state again somewhere. But that would probably be in this region, so I probably would have left them. Their army will probably starve anyways, as they lose so much territory. So the army will just collapse because they can't pay for it. We need to take that gold region. That's probably giving them quite a lot. They've got actually 2 of those. We take both of them, and they have no chance against facing us. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.